The joys of not having a professional live streaming setup. People who are watching this back, I apologise. Oh, fuck me. Nice. Alright, sorry about that. Hope everyone's good. Don't know if guys on YouTube can hear the music, hopefully not. Yeah, I'm good, thanks mate, how are you? Glad to hear. Alright. It's been a minute. Don't forget that one. Start again. Haven't played since Sunday, so since Saturday. Being able to judge power, that all comes down to repetition. The more you do it, the more you'll get used to the speed and power you put into a ball. What's that? Last one. How's everyone doing? Difference between pool and snooker. Too many differences. It's like saying what's the difference between squash and tennis. The only similarities between the two are that you hit a ball with a stick. That's it. Or a cue. And you try and pop balls. Best thing to do is type it into YouTube or Google. Evening, Galaxy Gary. Good to see you, mate. Tom Cousins the best I've played. Yeah. I mean, at the moment, he is. Mark Boyle is... Tom Cousins and Mark Boyle are the best two. It's difficult to separate them, but yeah, Tom Cousins, I would say. This is a practice frame, by the way. I haven't played for a couple of days, so. Ugh, what a mess. What a mess. Hopefully the black doesn't go in. That could have gone better. Close. Again, this is just a practice. I haven't played for a couple of days, so just potting some balls at the minute. We'll get going properly in a bit. Oh God. Didn't even look to see if that went. Just assumed it did. Alright, that'll do. Let's take my hoodie off. It's a bit warm. Which country are you going to next? Watch this space, I would say. I haven't booked anything yet, but I could be in another country as early as Friday. So, what country that is up in the air. Greetings. Alright, let's go. Let's try and get some clearances. I was going to do some head camera episodes today, but can't be bothered. I'll do it another night. What's the point of this? Protects the grey cloth when you drop the balls onto the into the triangle. Just otherwise you get like little dents in the cloth. Okay, nothing down. Fantastic start. What colour would you go, reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. For American, I always want to go to England. What cities should I go to? I mean, if you're doing the stereotypical kind of touristy vibe, then obviously you're going to go to London. Manchester, maybe Liverpool, places like Oxford or Cambridge if you want to see like history and universities and stuff. And then if you want to see like picturesque, I'd go Cornwall, kind of Devon area. That'd be my picks. And if you want, and then I'd say go up to Scotland. But there are plenty of other places to go to, obviously. Right, so we're definitely going reds. I don't know who's put what, I haven't read it, but we're definitely going reds. The reason why is because I said so. No, this yellow fixed to a cushion, this yellow fixed to a cushion. With reds, this is a bad ball, but if you play that ball, you can land roughly where this yellow is and put it into this corner, so it's fine. This red isn't great, and neither is this red. Could play that one first, but no, actually that's fine, I'm lying. And that's fine because it'll go in the middle off of this ball. So this is first, second, third. So this is probably going to be my last ball. First, second, third, fourth, although if I could get to there, I'd prefer that angle on this. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Probably not going to work because it's the first frame of the day, but we'll see. Right, so I don't want too much of an angle on this. I'll be slightly forwards, about an inch or so forwards. That's not good. That's not good. That changes everything. So the fact that I'm not there, the fact that I'm where I am, the whole pattern has to change because I can't get from this ball into a good position. So I'm going to have to be here for this ball, and that doesn't get me in a good position for this ball. No. So I've got to change something. What we're going to do. Actually, I might be able to screw back and get a straight line on this. be further away from that red, but I'll try and flick the yellow and push the cue ball over. Let's try it. Yeah, just flick the yellow, and that's what pushed me over to that line. So now I'm back kind of in position, just come into there for this next red. Just don't snooker myself on the yellow. Okay, then pop this again, land there, not too far down. I don't want an angle like that on this, right. I don't want to be there because that angle is bad to get me on that. I need to be kind of this side of the chalk, which is difficult to do. Means I've got to hit this quite soft. Makes it very missable. Especially if you hit the black. Ugh, that's annoying. Ugh, I thought I had that. Thought I had it. Anyway. In the finish. Wouldn't have landed on this red anyway, but I would have got the swerve, surely. Oh, I've swerved it. Alright. So, I haven't seen the chat, so apologies if I've missed a question or a comment. Saw your normal video today, just wondering if you ever dabble in snooker. Yeah, but again, the cue ball is the main reason why I don't switch between cue ball sports. Cue sports is because it takes me, for someone who has, I very much rely on hand-eye coordination. So where the weight of the cue ball is different in snooker to what it is in English pool, and also different to what it is in American pool, you're having to get, it's like someone who plays tennis trying to get used to squash. You can play it, but the actual like technique for it is so much different for English pool. So, what's a good table to buy? This one. It's a great table. Link to it is in my bio. Okay. Right, what colour you would go for? Don't need to ask you, we're going yellows. Although, yeah, I think you're going yellows. This could be first, but I don't love it. It's quite sharp cut. It's not really going to leave me anything apart from, say, this one. This is my first ball. Break the red away from this yellow, because this is currently the only problem ball. Break that out. Hopefully leave myself that. Figure this out later. Bob's your uncle. Alright, so we've developed it, left myself on the ball that I wanted to be on, which is good, a little bit fortunate. And now we can start to look at a pattern. So what I know is that it's quite a difficult finish, but no. So this is the thing, the reds kind of dominate the middle of the table, which is a bit annoying. This is a 3-3-1 pattern on the black. So I look at it that you've got to play those three back to back, then you play these three back to back, and then you play the black. Or you play these three back to back, those three back to back, and then the black. It would make sense to play these three last if you can land back in this area in 1, 2, 3 shots time, get yourself up there, because these balls are closer to the black. However, I think where the cue ball's quite far from this yellow, maybe difficult to control position on one of these two, and then if getting from there back up is probably harder than getting from there to here. So I'm going to be going these three, black, and just hope I can get into a good position on the black from one of these three yellows. I don't know the order just yet, but that's the plan. Very much a loose plan as of yet. Right, so play this one, get up to about there, play that, and that's what's going to get me kind of, if I could land there, that would be good, because I can get rid of that one, I think. Yeah, it goes. So we'll see what angle we're leaving on this last yellow from here. Not a good one, I'll tell you that for free. It's not a good shot, but it's not the end of the world because that ball's up there. So just want to topspin forwards to leave myself a small angle on that one up there. From there, I can either topspin through for this one to the middle, but I think I would prefer to try and get further up table to here. Have, saying that, yeah, have that one, get around the back of this yellow to there, play that one last, stun over to here, have the black in that corner. So I just need to roll through about 2 inches from this ball. And that's giving me an angle now. I should be able to get up to about there, roughly, with topspin. And if I underhit it, I'll have the one to the middle instead. I could overhit it massively and nearly going off. And now, because I'm really far away from these yellows, it's very difficult. So I've got two choices. Well, I've only really got one. If I play this with topspin, I'm going to hit this cushion and I'm going to end up pretty much there. I could potentially try and play a double, but that red might get in the way, and try and run around 3 cushions. But I think, although it's a harder way of playing it, digging down on this yellow and still trying to get behind this yellow, the worst case scenario is I overhit it and I land here behind the red. But if I can land there on that yellow, it won't be the end of the world. It just makes the pot very difficult because you're digging down on it. Yeah, so missed it because I was digging down so much. Still landed on this yellow, but sun out black. Would there have been any value in playing the first yellow to get top 3 clear and then back to the bottom 2? No. In that situation, okay, this is from my opinion. I would have thought a professional player would have done this as well. So, in a situation like that, and this is the key to this game, to be a really good English pool player, you want to move that ball as little as possible, right? And so, if this is out of control, you're going to lose, or you're going to miss, or you're going to mess up position, right? So where were they? They were roughly like, one was there, one was there, one was there, and the black was there. So in this situation, you wouldn't have played, say, 1 of these, then 3 of these, then 2 of these. You would always try and clear up in areas because it means that the cue ball, if you play that one there, the cue ball's moved this much. Then you play that one, the cue ball hasn't moved. Then you play that one to there, the cue ball in that exact sequence has moved that much, right? Whereas if you play that one, you've already moved this far in one shot, which is not good because you want to maintain control with this ball. So whenever you've got a pattern like this, you would always do it in areas. You do 3, 3, and then 1. That's how I would do it. That's how I would say 99.9% of anyone above pub level would do it. So, oh, I'm waffling a lot tonight. Jeez, already dropped massively on TikTok, but all good. I'll still play even if no one's watching. Watching from Kenya, nice. Appreciate it. Right, let's try and get clear. Unfortunate. Another difficult layout. Definitely going reds if you can plot this first ball. Try and figure out ones from there. Jeez. It's going to be one of those nights. Okay. Can't even reach this. Couldn't reach it. Should have got the spider out, but couldn't be bothered. Right, let's go again. Let's get a break where I have a feasible shot on the first ball. Another dry break, shock. Alright, so again, the cue ball couldn't be much worse. I want to go yellows, but there's no mega easy yellow. Even that is, I can't plot. So it's all about the cue ball at the moment, just not leaving me anything. Kind of forced into trying to go reds here, but I don't want to. In fact, no, I'm not even going to go reds. I'm going to try and play a plant, which is just ridiculous, but haven't got another choice. No. Please go in. Ugh. Alright, one of these breaks will be actually nice in a minute. I guarantee it will get a nice break. Those last two can't really do anything with that. Okay, so another dry break. Another not so easy layout, but it's better than it was. Okay, we're going reds because this red messes up these two. So first shot, I'd ideally like to move that away from that cushion if I can. Alright, so at least it's away from the cushion, and now I can kind of figure out that this one's going to follow this one. I could try and break that one out or leave it as a double. Then from there, figure out these two, probably finish with this or vice versa. These three will be after each other, and then the black will go in the middle. I think I'm going to try and move that. Just going to try and top into it. I'd be unlucky to at least not leave myself that, but I would like to be leaving myself that if I can. Miss that ball. How do you miss that? Now I've got to go double, and I've got to play this soon. I don't want to leave that till last. What do I? I've got a choice, have I? No, I'm going to leave this as a kind of backup. Try and get to this ball now if I can. Well, that wasn't good. And now it's really difficult. Probably value in trying to play a double on that next. If I can get that, game over. But no, let's keep trying. How's it going, Dob? Good to see you, mate. Leave me an angle of some kind. I hope I can get to there with bottom left, and if I can land there, perfect. Just need to avoid this yellow. Stop. Oh, I don't know if I can pot it. Don't think I can, but I'm going to try. Of course you can. Well, that's clearest of the day. Eight or nine ball towards the pocket. This is English ball. What English did I use? Backspin, and as much as I could. Low English, we call it backspin. I'm assuming that's what you guys call it. Literally 6 o'clock on the cue ball. Great. Not great. And again, just like a difficult leave. Not leaving myself any easy. Actually, no, this is quite easy. Let's go reds. I'm waffling. I don't know why I thought that looked difficult, but it's not. You wouldn't go yellows, even though you potted a yellow. You would go for the order of 1, 2, 3. Play the first ball. Play the second ball. That would be number 6. Screw back to here for number 7, and then leave myself here. Black goes in there. sometimes they look great when they go out. But those are like dream breaks scenarios where every ball is easy. Very rarely do you get a break that lands like that. Twice in a row means I've got to do another dot-to-dot finish for it to count. So let's do it. If I don't get the dot-to-dot finish, it means that the clearance doesn't count. By the way, I haven't even been counting them. What number was that? That was like number 3, I think. Should have been counting them, really. Should have been counting them. Okay. So we'll do exactly what I just did before, and you definitely wouldn't go reds in this situation. I know the black's going to go into this middle, and it's going to be from this ball. This is my last ball. So I'll do this. I'll tell you what, the pattern plus me doing it, I'll do it in under a minute. Ready? Someone get their timer out, and we'll start as soon as I say go. Hang on. I might... The problem is, I could easily miss this first ball. Because I'm giving myself a fairly difficult first shot. Okay. You ready? Timer ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, black. I'm going to miss this ball. Maybe not. I knew I was going to do that. Oh, rushing. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. Oh well. Can't win them all. I think that probably would have been within 45 seconds or so. Go again. So again, if I foul on the break, if the cue ball goes down, it has to be a full table clearance that I tell you the exact order from start to finish for it to count as a clearance. See if we can avoid potting the white in that middle pocket. I mean, it's not easy. I think you've kind of got to go yellows. I don't even have a yellow. I've got to go reds, and they're awful. But I mean, they're gettable. But there's obviously one bad red, and there's no. This is the worst yellow. I don't hate this yellow. You can still pot it, but I don't have a yellow I can go for, so I've got to go reds. This red isn't great. It's the worst ball on the table. But if I land there, I should have an angle to be able to come off this cushion and get into it. So. Not too worried about that. I want to do that sooner rather than later. So pop this ball, get up table, figure the rest out. Alright, so I play that. Could play that now. I think I'm going to try and get closer to it though. No, it's going to leave me a bad angle. It's going to leave me there. I'm going to play this now and try and get this red out. I'll be unlucky to not leave myself something. Well, didn't get it out, but I've moved one of the yellows, so I've got to do it again. Okay, there is a way of getting it out. Ideally, you land here and you hit that red with topspin and move the yellow straight up out, and it's done. So if I can, I'm going to try and land there. But if you're slightly off, it becomes difficult. The other option, I'm not going to do this, but you could move this red and then leave this shot on this red, hit the yellow and it will move the red, but then everything's flying. So I've got to try and land bang on where I mentioned just now. There, that's the angle, right in line with the middle pockets. Too much. Way too much. Still on this red, but oh, that's handy. I can use this one in the corner, move the red. Probably not going to leave me a shot on it unless the red gets a bounce and comes here and I have a straight shot down to this corner. I want to hit the red. If I can hit the yellow, it'd be ideal, but I'm probably going to be aiming for the red here. It's too focused on trying to hit the red. Forgot about the pot. It happens. All right. Good to see everyone. I should really get my head camera out and start doing videos, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to do that another time. Less of a bounce. Well, an old napped cloth is slower, so you'd think the cushions would be slower. It's bouncing. It depends though, because you can get cushions that are like rock hard that are old. Again, crap cue ball in no man's land, about the 5th time tonight, and a really difficult layout, which is like a 5% chance of a clearance. But where there's a will and all that jazz. Stop. Answers on the postcard. Oh, fuck off. Turn that one in. There's only really one way of playing this. If I was there, it'd be great angle, but I don't think I've got the angle for this. Try and pot that with tons of bottom left. Hit this cushion, hit this cushion, hit this cushion, and get the red out. I don't think I've got the angle. I think I need to be over here, but I'll give it a go. Oh, did have the angle as well. Did have the angle. Is he a world champion? Absolutely not. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. Just trying to clear the table at the minute. Feel more like a chore than a hobby. When you're playing like this and the cue ball's landing like it is on the break, sometimes it can be. But I would play this game non-stop even if I was playing badly. It's only a few times where I've actually got so annoyed with how badly I'm playing that I've stopped playing. But it's rare. Okay, again, the cue ball position's just limiting me to just one choice, which is reds. However, it's not the end of the world. This is not a great red, but I should be able to at one point have a chance to get there on it. So I want to land on this ball. Probably try, if I've got the right angle, try and land this way of this ball so I've got an angle to get into that space. Yeah, that's a good angle. Should be slightly off straight, yeah. So I can stun over for it. And then from there, 2 ways you could do this. You could try and leave this one for the middle, but then you've got to play that quite hard. Unless you're dead straight on it, it's going to be a problem. Or you try and play this one to leave that one, to leave these two into the corner. I think I'm gonna aim for both and see which one I prefer. Definitely that one. Play this with tons of backspin to kill the pace. Just having a bit of a mare at the minute. Having a mare, as they say in the game. Cool. Love the content, appreciate that. Thank you, thanks for watching. When did I comment? What was the comment? I do vaguely remember it, but what was it exactly? Scroll today, beautiful clearance on the American table. Thank you, I appreciate that. There will be more 9-ball content. How do you find adjusting to American tables? It's like a tennis player learning how to play squash. That's how I'd describe it. The principle of hitting a ball with a cue and the chalk, the pieces of chalk you use, and the principle of hitting a ball with a cue and trying to pot it are the only two similarities between English ball and American ball. Everything else is different. Oh yeah, nice. Nice one, mate. Yeah, I remember you saying you would sort of had an interest for it since watching the streams, which I appreciate. See you later, mate. I would, but no one with a brain would. That's because I'm not. That's why I'm not a professional pool player. I can pop balls quite well, but when it comes to the tactical side of the frame and like knowing when to go for it and when not to, I just go for it. Hence the name of the channel. But I mean, I've learned how to play safety better than I did. I used to just try and pot everything, especially as a kid. But yeah, I still my safety ability is nowhere near as good as my potting ability. Cloth do you have? Strachan's Superfine. Don't you dare go behind that. So. Can you do jump shots? I learnt that break on my 9-ball table, not my 9-ball table, on the 9-ball table that I played on, which is a friend of mine's. That break that you saw from my video earlier, I learnt that with half an hour after being there. And he also taught me how to jump. Not that I'm good at it, because I cue across even jump shots. So I put, it's almost like I'm playing a massage shot. I like dig down and the cue ball is spinning to the left immediately as soon as I've hit it. So. I like when my English pockets and his tiny cue ball throw me off. Yeah, exactly. That's why this game, to anyone who's not used to this game is very difficult. If you get Ronnie O'Sullivan on this table, he'd be able to pop balls, but he would lose the cue ball more than, say, Tom Cousins, because Tom Cousins is used to this game. At the same time, Tom Cousins was absolutely beaten comfortably by Ronnie O'Sullivan in the game of snooker. So it's because Ronnie's used to snooker. Again, Efren Reyes. If I were to play a race to 15 against Efren Reyes in this game, I would have lots of confidence knowing that he doesn't play this game. Yes, he would be very, very good at this game, but I would be confident against him. I'm not saying I'd beat him, I'm just saying I'd be very confident because I know he doesn't play this game. You give me a game of 9-ball against him, race to 15, and I'll be lucky to get one game. Okay, right, we can't go yellows, so let's figure out a thing for reds. Figure out how we're going to get the reds. Alright, so that's one. That's one. 2, 3, ideally 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's just flip the order between this one and this one. They're going to be opposite to each other, I think. Changes on those cushions, exactly. That's why if I think I could be a semi-decent 9-ball player, but it would genuinely take me 3 months of practice. The same amount I play. If I only played 9-ball, it would take me 3 months of 15 hours a week to get even 80% of the way I am in this game. In fact, I don't even think I'd get anywhere near how good I am at this game compared to 9-ball. And I'm not saying I'm amazing in this game, but you get what I mean. I think if I were to stop playing this game completely and start playing 9-ball, based on my age and my experience, I would never get to the level in 9-ball that I am in this game. That's my point. Okay, let's go again. I think I'm on 5 clearances, something like that, but let's see. This is the thing, like, obviously, yes, snooker is a much harder game than this, but I've played many snooker players who I've beaten comfortably in this game because they're just not used to this. This is what makes every single game difficult to transition to, is switching between the cue balls. A snooker ball is much heavier than this and it's bigger than this, so it's difficult to play the way you do in snooker. So clearance on these, the black goes in that middle, which is going to happen probably from one of these two. So this is the finish. 1, 2, 3. I'll move that red just to open the pocket up for the black a little bit more. Leave the cue ball roughly where the red is. That goes 4. And then I'll probably, depending on the angle I've got on that, no, I'll play that 4. I'll play that 5, 6, 7, come off this cushion, black goes in the middle. Worst, only thing that could go wrong is this first shot. Needs to be dead straight on that yellow. Pick my spot. So again, just nudge the red. Just nudge the red. Just opens up the pocket a little bit more for the black. Off the cushion the way I said. Do you ever get a sore back? Yes. My back is the worst thing about my body. Yeah, my back's absolutely effed. Alright, just came from snooker. Honestly, I play English ball regularly and I think I could give you a good session. I mean, yes, snooker players can play this game. Don't get me wrong, but the only person who's ever really broken the norm of being professional, highest professional level, world champion level, is Mark Selby, which is arguably, which is why he is arguably the best cue sportsman of all time. Because Ronnie O'Sullivan's never, although he wouldn't have played this game because he's so good at snooker. I don't think Ronnie, he might do with years of practice, but I think it would take him a while to get to Mark Selby's level of English pool. Mark Selby's a world champion in this game and a world champion snooker. I don't think there's been anyone who's ever done that when it comes to crossing over. Jimmy White, yeah, again, he was never Selby's level in this game. He played American pool, to be fair, and Chris Melling, you have to put him up there. Doesn't really play snooker, but multi-cue sportsman. Chris Melling is top 5 of all time. They're just freaks of nature. Don't understand how they do it, but hey. Okay. All right. Well, again, this one's a mess. Can't really go reds because that is just so difficult to develop. My first yellow has to be the one I'm next to. The yellows are still not easy, even if I do go that. But I've got a big pocket up there for this one. That will probably be how I connect to that. So it's this one first, this one, and then make it up as I go along, as per usual. Ugh. What a terrible angle. What a bad angle. Do something. Okay, I'll use that. Oh, is that going off that red? It might go in off that red, but it's going to be so close as to whether I hit the red too full. Can I play it against the yellow? I think that's probably a smarter choice. Got to whack this though. Wow, that was just shite. And I fouled. Is Mark Allen good at pool? Mark Allen's very good at pool, yeah. He's another one who can switch between the two. Judd, I mean, you saw how he does in American pool. He can play the game, but when you put him in a match against Shane Van Boening, he's not going to stand a chance. So, or Jason Shaw, like those types of players, like I think pool gets a lot of disrespect just because it's harder. For anyone who's never played any cue sport, snooker is the hardest cue sport to learn from brand new, which means it's harder than this. But that doesn't mean that this is easy. It just means that snooker is very, very difficult. I mean, Efren Reyes is probably the GOAT in 9-ball, but I wouldn't say he's the best cue sportsman of all time. Yeah, Judd Trump got smashed when he was in the US Open. He played someone who was average, and then he got to a pro, and it was just like different gravy, you know? It's kind of like, I guess you could probably compare it to athletics. Usain Bolt, well, what am I trying to say with him? He would obviously he was a 400-metre runner when he started running. But when he was at his peak in 100 metres, if you had him run against a 400-metre champion, he wouldn't stand a chance. Well, he would get close, but he wouldn't win. It's the same kind of thing for like Ronnie against Jason Shaw in 9-ball. Alternatively, Jason Shaw against Ronnie in snooker, he just wouldn't get close to him. So, what do you think of Chinese 8-ball? Chinese 8-ball for me is as difficult as snooker. Maybe slightly easier, but it's very close. Anyway, I'm going to try and not talk for the next little bit because I realise I'm waffling. So apologies if you've come to see me to watch me play pool. I am chatting right now. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what gets me on the black. Ugh. Oh, the cue ball's gone in the hole. I'm going to have to move it because otherwise the cue ball's going to come out at a weird angle. I'll put it there. Fuck it, I don't care. Watch it. Watch, ready? See that, how it rocks? There's a hole in the cloth. I'm going to put it in the hole so you can see what it looks like. Right, see how it wobbles? There's a hole in my cloth. It needs to be replaced. When I try and pop that in there, that cue ball is going to jump off either side and I won't pop it. So I'll try. I'll try and hit it hard so it doesn't affect it. Ignore me, I'm chatting bollocks. Right. Why do you play 2 shots in international and not international rules? Because it's black ball rules. Black ball rules and international rules are the 2 rule sets used in modern English 8-ball pool. Black ball rules is sanctioned by the IPA, and ultimate pool use international rules because there's 2 professional governing bodies or professional organisations. It's 78. Well, highest grade 78, but I always dish on English pool regardless of who I play. Okay. Play in the league, you dish. Okay. I mean, you're a good player then. Don't know what your question is, or your comment is in relation to, sorry. How did the hole occur? From too much power on that front ball for the last 8 months, 9 months. Basically just burned away, it's friction. Old EPA rules, oh my God. Like, I would rather, I'd rather not play pool. Someone said to me I had to play old EPA rules in a match. I mean, they're doing, when I go to the pub, I say, right, what are we playing? Black ball rules or international? And they'll be like, pub rules. I'm like, okay, mate, just tell me as I go, make it up as you go, you know. And then I just hope I get a dish. And there's nothing quite as bad as playing pub rules in pool. Okay, what would you guys do here? Write down in the chat, reds or yellows. Reds or yellows. Think about it. So if we look at the problems, yes, this yellow is bad, and yes, this yellow is bad because it doesn't double and it doesn't go in there. That's the worst ball on the table for yellows. But which is easier to develop? These 2 or that one? Because that is really bad. And what ball are you going to develop that with? If you pop that first, which you likely will, you've then got to try and maybe land here on this and get the perfect angle to try and break that out. Could do that, but it could easily go wrong. Whereas yellows, play that first with loads of backspin. You should push that yellow towards this cushion and move both of them. Worst case scenario, you're going to leave this yellow. So I think percentage-wise, those yellows are easier to break out than that red. And that's why you'd go yellows. I'm only going to be able to move 1. That's annoying. We'll try and get both, but I think only 1 goes out. Just tried to force it a little bit too much, that's why I missed the pot. Should have gone reds. For anyone who said go reds, you were right. I apologise. The rule set always ends in an argument. Exactly. Which is why whenever someone says I'll play you for a tenner, and I say, what are we playing then? Black ball rules or international rules? And they say no, we're playing pub rules, I just ignore them. Should have gone yellows, Kelly. Okay, should have gone yellows. I did go yellows and I messed up. What do you think of Ultimate Pool in the USA? It's good, spreading the word of the game. Anything that is increasing the viewership in pool is a good thing. Nice. The problem, Ultimate Pool and any professional organisation or anyone who wants to spread the word of pool, the problem with it is there's no, let me think, I don't think there's one other sport, maybe football, that is more ego driven. Like everyone playing pool has an ego and thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread. When you realise you're not, which I'm fully aware I'm not the best thing since sliced bread, I just enjoy the game. When you realise you're not the best thing since sliced bread, you're able to actually enjoy the game. But everyone's like, says, oh, it's crap because of this. because everyone's got an ego. That's the problem with pool. All right, anyway. Reds, this one first. No, do I want to get rid of that? Could get rid of that. No real value in keeping it on the table. So I think if we go that one, try and move this, because this is the biggest problem on the table. Try and move that yellow and hope I land on that one or that one. We'll go from there. What a poor shot. Got to go cushion first to try and get this yellow away. Okay. So we freed up the problem, and now we've got to try and figure out how to get these reds, because they look easy, but they're really not. Mainly because that one doesn't go in that middle. But this one does go in this middle, so let's try and hopefully land on this second ball after this plant. Okay. And then what do I want to do? I want to, if I can, this would be the ideal, hit that yellow. If that yellow can just piss off over there somewhere, I'll be on either that one or that one to the middle. Oh my God, missed it. And now it becomes difficult, because this doesn't become difficult, it just becomes harder than it should have been. Pop that, gonna hit, if I can hit this yellow from it. Probably gonna be going into the red, I think, but I'm gonna try and go for this yellow. I don't think I've got the angle though. I don't have the angle, I don't know why I've even... Yeah, okay. Hit that yellow, but just not the way I wanted to. And now I've got to be so precise with this next shot. Really, I've got to try and stun into the black full ball. Could go for this one now. No, because that's mental. Let's try and hit the black full ball. No. Dickhead. What a dick. Now then, what are we doing? I'll try and cut this red somehow. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. What else is not going to work? Everything. Tell you what, the only option I've got, if this goes, is would genuinely be the best shot I've ever done. I can't cut this into there because that yellow blocks it. If I can hit the perfect angle on this red, I have to hit it so hard. It's not going to work, but for some reason I'm seeing that I can hit that red, hit the black and go in. It's not going to work. But got to hit it really hard. Oh, wow, I've got that red to cut as well. Interesting. Positional play needs work. I know. I know. Fully aware. Plans for the weekend? Don't know. Up in the air at the minute. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to ask. Where's everyone from? Write in the chat. Where are you watching from? Only a few of you watching on TikTok. We've got 80 of you watching on TikTok. 500 of you almost watching on YouTube. TikTok's a bit quiet tonight, no worries though. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'll stay here even if no one's watching, so. South Africa, nice. Colchester, Saudi Arabia, Ireland, Neath. I was in Neath the other day. You got one of the best pool halls in the UK in that place. All right, why has YouTube frozen? Why is YouTube frozen? Am I back? Was that frozen just now on YouTube? Because it was on my end. Quite a few people from South Africa watching in thingy. California, Suffolk, Newbury, Nigeria. Quite the variation, right? Are we going yellows here? Yeah. Don't like either, but I think you've got to go yellows. Just because red's too difficult. Someone said, work on your positional play. I know it. No. exactly what you mean. Twat. Alright, let's focus on the chat. More focus on the game. And over, nice. If you can give advice to a snooker that helped you the most, probably just stepping into shots and looking at the line of the shot from behind the line. So too many beginners, this is one of the biggest mistakes a beginner makes. I'll break and then I'll show you one of probably the biggest mistake a beginner player makes. Alright, so I know from that break I'm gonna go, well, just let me find a ball that goes. Does that red go? Because that'll be very handy. Probably gonna have to go yellows. Gonna have to go yellows, but probably not gonna get a finish. Right, so this is my first ball, yeah? The line of the shot comes here and then here, and for me goes off the table onto the floor and about that far away, so that I stand behind that and I can see from this far from the side of the table, through this line, and into the pocket. Does that make sense? So I step back. You won't see me, but in fact, let me just mark this for sakes and purposes, right? I'll put that back in a second. Say I've got that red into that corner. There's a line that goes from the red to the pocket, the red to the cue ball, and for me goes from the cue ball here, off the table onto the floor, and back here. So I'm stepping onto that line with my right foot, and if your right foot is on the line, your elbow is going to be on the line, and that means you're going to be hitting it on the line that you are seeing. The problem loads of beginners make is they'll do this, and they'll just come round the table. Instead of stepping behind the line, they're judging the line from this position versus this position. That's the biggest tip I've ever learned, which was the most helpful tip. Right, let's carry on. Sometimes I'm guilty of it, but that's when I'm getting lazy. Ugh. Yuck. Oh, is that yellow go? That's handy. That is very handy. Dick. You're a professional coach? No. No, I was self-taught. I grew up playing pool in my attic as a kid and just taught myself how to hold a cue. The first time, I've only ever had 2 people say you should do this when it comes to pool. One was when I was 16 playing snooker. Again, snooker was self-taught. And he just mentioned about how to cue straight, and I still don't cue straight. And then the other one was about 4 years ago. And that was a little more extensive, but I've taken some things from it, but I still don't cue properly, so. I think if I was trying to become the best player in the world, I would definitely try and fix my game, because there's so many factors that are wrong with it. I can't be bothered. I just play the game for fun, that's what I do. Alright, this is a mess now, I'm starting to piss about. So let's do a drill, because I'm not really concentrating. I'd rather just chat to you guys. Right, so we'll do what's called the circle drill, my favourite type of drill, just to break the cycle of playing crap. So I put all the balls like this in a big circle. And then from there, cool. Cue ball goes in the circle. You can put it wherever you want to start with. This is one that is more for intermediate to higher level players. Intermediate players, put the balls in any order. The cue ball's not allowed to leave the circle. With advanced players, clear the table of yellows, followed by reds, followed by the black. You're not allowed to leave the circle. So we'll go yellows first, and then go from there. Missed that. Missed the first shot. Wowzers. Right, don't miss the first shot. That might be my first bit of advice. good thing to do with this drill is to leave yourself options. So I've left myself that one, and that one. I can't really play this one because my cue ball is flying out of the circle. So I can choose which one of these I prefer. I like getting from that one to this one. In fact, I'd like to leave myself a choice of all three with this shot. So I'm on that one. Yes, I could play this one, but it's moving me over to here and it's not going to get me on that one. So ideally with this one, again, I want to leave myself a choice of 2. Which I've done. You can see the line that I've got on this pretty much dead straight, means the cue ball's not going to leave the circle as long as I put a bit of backspin on it. No, you dick. Shouldn't have gone for it. I thought if I get rid of that one, it's going to be easier. I'm just trying to leave myself options, so I've left myself choice 1, 2, or 3. Two in one. Yeah, so repeatable pre-shot routine is basically what is the difference between high-level players and intermediate players. Okay, what was that? 83. Yuck. Let's go again. So, I've done that drill now, I should be playing better. Let's go. I would be playing better if these balls would split up. They're just not playing ball. See what I did there? Right. Right. Come on, let's get a good break. Do we do some speed pull? Does anyone want to see speed pull? It's where I basically do it as fast as I can. Thumbs up if you do. Where are you travelling to next? Don't know, mate, but it's probably going to be potentially from this weekend. Why did I start over? Because I missed. I always start over again when I miss. Right. 3 of you have said it. 1 of you could have said it and I would have done it. So none of you could have said it and I would have done it. I'm going to try and pot all of one colour, all of the other colour, then the black, less than a minute. Gotta go reds first. Oh, what a mess. Doesn't go, does it? Hope someone's got the timer out. How quick was that then? I think it was probably between a minute and a minute 5. But if it was less than a minute, then ideal. And that'll be the only time I do that. 118 was never 118. 61 seconds, I don't believe that. Did anyone time it? 116, that's so slow. All right, I'll believe you. Bit annoying, but 116. Shame. I might still just try and. I can't put it up. I can't put a video up that's way more than a minute. All right, let's try it again. This time, I'll tell you the reason why it was 1 minute 14 or 16 or whatever. I'll tell you the reason why. It's because I didn't get a ball on the break. I had to pop 14 balls. 15. That's the reason why it took me so long. All right, let's go. Come on. Timer's at the ready. Start again. Mess. Absolute shite. Reset your timers. The brake has to split up well. Come on. Oh, I've got to put some chalk on my cue so I didn't chalk once. There we go. Nothing down again. No, I'm not going to waste my energy. If nothing goes down on the brake, there's no point. I'm not going to get under a minute. Have to get at least 2 balls, if not like 4. I've had a 126 in practice and a 108 in a match. But I haven't had a century break since I was 19, so 20 years. Oh God. That would have gone on a normal table. When's I haven't had a century break? I haven't had a match century break since I was 19. Some of the best tips. Outmaster Pro. No, just practice. Practice as much as you can. Come on, something go in. It's another waste of time. Where am I going? Oh, you dick. Didn't foul. What are you talking about? that have been? What would it have been? Anyone? It wasn't 59, I'll tell you that for free. 1 minute 58, is that a joke? Would have been a minute. I might have to post it. It's a minute long, I get paid for it. I might have to post it. That's snooker. Someone asking what a century break is, it's snooker, not this. You can do it, yeah, no, my quickest doing this is 52, but this is specifically where they're all in order. Doing it any order, I think it's like 36. Right, I'm going to stop with the speed pull because the old back starts to get a little bit moody. So let's just try and get a regular clearance. What time is it? 8:30. How long have I been live? An hour and 17 minutes. Feels like 2 hours and 17 minutes. Two seconds a ball. What do you mean? Well, bearing in mind, when I did it in any order, I think 5 balls went down on the break. So you only got to pop 10 balls. Why? Oh, oops. Okay. Going yellows. Double first. Wasn't a push shot. I can assure you that. I've never ever played a push shot. Yep, we've established that. Oh yeah, I mean snooker is obviously harder than pool, but if you were to get me, hang on, let me think of someone. Stephen Hendry, who does YouTube. If you were to give me a race to 11 in English pool against Stephen Hendry versus the highest ranked amateur in English pool, I would beat Stephen Hendry more time than I would the highest ranked amateur. Because Stephen Hendry doesn't play this game. You see it when he plays this game on his channel and just like picks up the cue for the, starts playing it for the first time in years. His cue ball control is way off and his patterns are way off. I think I'm confident I'd beat Stephen Hendry in this game. However, race to 11, I'd be confident I'd beat him. Give me a game of snooker against him and I could play 50 games and I wouldn't get anywhere near him. It'd be 50-0. So that's the difference. It's like the 4th time in a row. I think I'm going to have to go after this. I'm starting to just piss about, not really taking it too seriously. I think I've knackered myself out from those speed attempts. Nice. Stephen Kendry can't play anymore. I mean, if he were to play me in snooker tomorrow, he'd beat me comfortably. He would still beat many people in snooker, games of snooker. Alright, this is definitely my last game. The back is starting to feel it a little bit. And I'm just messing around. Just try and pop these balls with no hand on the table. Just pissing about now. Just pissing about. So close. Nope. Yep. Right, that's me done. Any last second questions, feel free to ask. Whole length of the table. Make sure you're stepping into your shot and looking at the line of the shot from behind the line. Don't just step straight into the shot without judging it from a distance first. How much does the cue cost? This one is my break cue with a horo tip from Ultimate Pool. It is £130 or so. It's not expensive, not super expensive. And this is a cue I've had since I was 18. I've snapped it in half. It's been glued back together at this area. And this was £180 for my 18th birthday. So I've had it 21 years. God, I'm 39. It's terrible. I keep forgetting. Telling myself I'm not, and I am. Alright. Where are we saying goodbye to first? Guys on TikTok. A bit quieter on TikTok today, but I appreciate the guys who tuned in. Thanks for the advice, no problem, Eddie. Best chalk, Town V10. Check it in the link in my bio. But yeah, guys on TikTok, thanks for all your comments. I do see them on the screen there. Have a great rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you on the next one. 7,000 people watched on TikTok tonight. That's quiet, but still good. I'm not complaining. Town is great. It is absolutely great. Any other questions that I missed on here? No. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. A couple of new viewers tonight who I appreciate you. You know who you are.